to some FSU talk a little
Ready
bit.
for pick'em? Oh, okay.
No, you got to talk about Louisville.
Oh, actually, your guy should be here in a second, right?
Big cards.
Just trying to jump into Louisville real quick. Shout out to the team they unveiled. It's being asked for a long time as far as recruits and stuff like that. White helmets. They're bringing out the white helmets for this game. They're going to be dressed in all white. Pretty cool little roll down. I like who they use in the production video as well. We'll get to that in a second. Yeah, I feel you, bro, man. When you ain't got no momentum, man, you playing against the fighting Wildcats with throwing coming shots.
We ain't got no momentum, but somebody ain't ranked.
Southern Miss
still ain't gonna be ranked. We ain't got no momentum.
You think you gonna be ranked after this week?
Goddamn right. Even when we lose, we still gonna be ranked. Get this Coach Coop shit out of here, man. Funny motherfucker. Nobody asked you for no Coach Coop. Anyway, go ahead, man.
I want to see this goofy shit.
Bitch.
But yeah, we're bringing out the all-white jerseys, though, man. And like I said, the recruits been asking for this, so the recruits finally get to see it in game action. The combination is pretty cool, man. As far as the production in the video, they used just kind of petty, man. They used some Louisville transfers and Jordan Travis and Jared Jackson. A couple Louisville Cardinals. Yeah, I like that. And speaking of, man, this game has it's a lot of relationships as far as this game, because we got Jordan Travis, of course, Jared Jackson, defensive tackle, both Louisville Cardinals. Greedy Vance was on the Louisville Cardinal roster last year, transferred over. He's one of our cornerbacks. And then Jarvis Brownlee, former FSU cornerback.
Oh, yeah, Brownlee was talking greasy.
That boy's talking real greasy, man. Said he had this game.
Circle this shit.
Yeah, he circled this shit.
I'm finna change my score, man. Wait a minute. I forgot about that.
Jarvis Brownlee? Well, we're going on top of that shit. We just seen that shit live.
Yeah, I definitely have.
Man, we just seen that shit. That will go on top real decent. But yeah, Jarvis Brownlee said he got the game circled. And FSU views a Louisville reporter who reported, I guess, I don't know how it came with the FSU Twitter, but they jumped on that shit with eating them alive, pause within the quotes. They went pretty hard on that one. But yeah, shout out to Jarvis Brownlee. I think he did start, matter of fact, for the Cardinals last week against UCF. So that's going to be pretty interesting. And some
big Brownlee, man. Big Brownlee, man. Brownlee, I think Brownlee get him a pick too.
What?
Travis ain't throwing a pick with that boy at all. He definitely gonna pick on him though. He definitely gonna pick on him.
Let's get it. He had a pick on the last game, so
you know who you played. That quarterback couldn't down. That boy couldn't throw a pass in the ocean, man. John Rouse Plumlee, he was terrible last week. It was clear as day what Gus should have did, and I feel like Gus kind of got away from the gameplay with running the ball, running him within the offense, started trying to pass too much, and just gave Louisville a pass, let them off the hook. They are who we thought they were.
I hate when that happens.
But yep, moving forward within the game, kind of some bad news, depending on how you take it. Fabian Lovett, he had got hurt within the LSU game. In talks at that point in time, it was people were pretty scared, thought it'd be pretty serious as far as like season ending, that type of deal. But kind of I want to say just a scare. He is hurt, don't get me wrong. He will be missing this game against Louisville, but he will be back pretty soon. I feel like if we get past Louisville, win this game, and I think Boston College, they're just terrible from what we've seen so far these first two games of the season. Sit them out against Boston College and then bring them back against a ranked Wake Forest opponent. That should be ideal. So give him some rest and let him get his leg right. I don't know the extent of the official extent of the injury. You know, Mike is real tight-lipped when it comes to stuff like that. It hasn't even been announced yet officially from them. I'm 100% sure he's not going to announce. We're just going to have to find on their own, just looking at the game, that he's not going to be out there playing. But yeah, I'm not sure the official injury. You know, FSU is pretty tight-lipped with that. But word I got is he's not going to play in this game. He's going to be out. But go ahead.
Oh no, my bad, bro. Go ahead. My fault.
Yeah. But I think we'll be fine as far as the defensive line. That was one of my position of strengths coming into the season. Probably my number one position of strength coming into the season is my defensive tackle depth. Like I say, Jared Jackson, Louisville transfer. He's going to play a lot. He's going to play a ton. I just drew it down blank. Number 99. God damn, boy, Kush Big. Malcolm Ray. He
stole my shit, didn't he?
Yeah, it was real smooth too, man.
I use it too. I use it. If you totally sober, I be at work. Didn't I tell you to go do that? Kush big, baby.
Kush big, man. That shit works everywhere, man. I'm mad y'all been studying my film, dog.
Why not?
Yeah, definitely. So I feel like defensive line will be fine as far as missing Lovett for these next couple games. We should fare pretty well. Now we do need him back once we get into these tougher games down the stretch. Not slighting Louisville within the slides, but we got some tougher opponents. Just being completely honest with you. So once we get to that point, I think we'll be fine within the defensive tackle room.
The BC game, I'm a base totally on how bad they playing, man. They pulling red rags out on y'all ass. Give me BC.
Bro, they playing. They come to dope.
Oh, they coming in. Damn, I still bring my rags out, man. Game shit, man.
They lost to who they lose to in the first game? They lost the first game or whatever. And then Virginia Tech
Syracuse.
Syracuse beat the hell out of Louisville first game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Syracuse beat the hell out of Louisville 30-something-7. But Boston College lost to
and Dino ain't fucking
Rutgers.
They
lost
boys,
to Rutgers.
Man.
Boston
Fresh
College
Beijing in the fade, man.
And yeah, Dino say y'all got me fucked up, bro.
Homie Dave's here.
All right, Dave, we let Dave in.
Bring Dave to the forefront.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, Dave, how you doing?
Dave? Big bird in the building, man.
You got your eagle hat on. That's how you feeling, baby? You matching? I see you, dog.
Sir.
Right. You understand the show.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And we got Dave Lackford on. He is the recruiting analyst for CardinalSports.com and also an insider for Louisville Cardinals. Dave, how's it going?
Going well, man. Good to be here.
Yeah, good to have you on, man. So what's your opinion on the season in regards to Louisville so far? I know Louisville had a lot of hype kind of going into the season and kind of being disappointed so far. What is your take? And what's the vibes within the program right now?
I mean, I don't know what they are because they're schizophrenic. They come out and it cost me $500 against Syracuse.
That was crazy, man.
I'm going to take UCF, try to recoup that money. So now I'm in the hole. But, with all these transfers, nobody knows who anybody is until I'm not betting on anybody this week because I don't know who anybody is because you don't know who these players are, right?
Facts.
Got let me think. So they got Quincy Riley, who's from Middle Tennessee State at corner. They got another kid, Momo, whatever, from Ole Miss. Then they had the kid from Arizona State, the D tackle. He got hurt. He's out.
Florida was after him for a while, too.
Yeah, they got two transfer receivers, Tyler Hudson and the bull D. Wiggins. They got the Tyon Evans kid, who's a running back from Tennessee. Who knows what they are? They could be like, how like an NFL team will get a bunch of free agents. The Redskins used to be like that back in the 90s. Dan Snyder would go out and get all these players, and they would still suck. The Eagles had that one year when they had Ronnie Brown, Vince Young, and they were like the dream team, and they sucked that year. So you don't know. You might have a bunch of kids coming out here just trying to get film and not really be buying into the team concept. So Syracuse, they couldn't do anything, right? They had one run where it was a touchdown because it looked like Syracuse ran kind of like a stunt or something, and they kind of just they did like they just pulled to the side where their stunt was, and Evans hit the hole and scored. That was the only touchdown they scored in that game. They've only scored 3 touchdowns all year, 3 touchdowns in 2 games, and the UCF game, the defense looked real good in the second half, but the Plumlee kid was missing wide open receivers.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
So who knows? Like they couldn't run the ball that well against UCF. It was Malik. I think Evans averaged like 3.9 yards a carry. So, what's their strength? They don't have anybody that can take the top off at receiver because they had the bull Tyler Harrell, but then he had a real good spring game, and Alabama was watching it, I guess, what to do. And someone was like, hit one of the assistants, hey, go get that kid real quick. So they snatched him. They had a kid named Jordan Watkins. Jordan isn't as fast as Harrell, but he's like a low 4.4 kid, right? He was a track kid. He's from here. He's from Louisville. He transferred to Ole Miss. So who's going to take the top off? Not D. Wiggins, right? Not the kid from Central Arkansas, Tyler Hudson. Maybe Amari Huggins-Bruce. He's a sophomore out of South Carolina. He's like 4'4", 5-ish. He's not like a burner on the outside, but you could probably scheme him open, slot corner or something like that. Streak him down the field.
I'll give you a little piece of inside information, Dave. D. Wiggins loves Florida State. He's a guy that did not
That
show up for a
motherfucker got
ton of
2
games.
catches, man. For one catch 1 year and 1 catch another year, man. Oh my gosh.
Hey man, he did what he did, man. I mean, come on, man. Hold on, let me do what I do, baby. All right, I'm just trying to help the man. The man been losing a little bread. I'm just telling you, expect D Wiggins to show up for this game. He ain't gonna show up for no other game. He gonna give you a game. Watch this. Hit the post route. He gonna give y'all a couple of big boys right on that off that post, man. Just tell him.
All right,
my 2 cents.
All right, Dave. So as far as Malik Cunningham, what's your take on Malik? I know pretty much. I think Louisville pretty much floats or sinks based on how Malik plays. He's a dynamic guy. 3,000 yards last year, 1,000 yards rushing. He's on track to be the all-time passer and I believe rushing all-time passer and touchdowns in Louisville history. So just speak on Malik a little bit.
Yeah, he did a little bit of compiling there. He's been there forever. This is his 5th year.
Right.
Malik's up and down. He's a 5th-year senior. You would expect him to start off being consistent, but he looked bad against Syracuse, and I don't know if that's because Satterfield was kind of shackling him, saying, look, you want to go pro, you're going to have to learn how to throw.
Mm-hmm.
But it also looked like Syracuse scheme was solid. It looked like the interior linemen were keeping their gap discipline, kind of 2-gapping it, and then having the DNs not get too deep so that he can roll out, right? But UCF wasn't doing that, and there was lanes to run through. He could escape. If Malik can run and be himself, he's going to make plays. He's going to make mistakes, but he's going to make plays, too, to make up for those mistakes, right? And I think that's what they're going to turn him loose against Florida State. But they ain't seen a D-line like Florida State's yet. You can say what you want about Florida State. That D-line's good, right? So they're going to have that. What's the kid's name? The transfer kid?
Verse. Oh, Jared Verse. Yeah, fun to mention him. Okay.
He's problematic for them because he's going to come
Is it a hot 16, Dave?
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, Malik's going to have his best game, bro. But, he's going to be running, though. He's going to run. So, if they stay disciplined in their gap assignments, I think it's going to be a long day for Malik.
Yeah, Malik is the one that scares me for the Cardinals. So, you guys have been on the road for the first 2 games of the season. I know Papa John Stadium. Well, is it still named Papa John Stadium now?
No, it's Cardinal Stadium now.
Yeah, my bad. Cardinal Stadium is.
Papa got canceled.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, they got his ass up out of there.
I better get my money back then.
Oh no, that money gone, baby. But yeah, so speaking of Cardinal Stadium, I know it's going to be loud, and one of my dreads is playing you guys night game, Friday night atmosphere. How do you foresee the atmosphere? starting out 1-1. I know it's a big. You guys need that win against UCF for a morale standpoint. But how do you feel like the atmosphere would be in Cardinal Stadium?
It's going to be live because it's going to be the thing to do. It's a Friday night game. People are going to get there after work around 5:30. They'll take off a little early, so they'll be toasty when they get there. It's an ACC game, so you can drink. And Louisville's a bourbon city.
I got to get to Louisville pretty soon. Yeah.
Weekend, right? There's a big festival called Bourbon and Beyond here. So
man, I just love a bourbon city, man. I know. Do y'all lead the league in alcoholism?
Yes, sir.
That's what I learned about you, Bourbon Town.
Yeah,
I gotta go.
So it's going to be live, man. They're 1-1. They came off that UCF win. People are excited about the recruiting class too, and this city doesn't really get into recruiting, much to my chagrin, because that's what I do. But now they're all starting to follow it, and so they're like, we got to keep Satterfield so we can get this class in here. So this is a big game. I mean, it's a pivotal game. It's a fulcrum game. The season could go one way or the other. I think if they beat Louisville right now, they're going to get a lot of momentum. They're going to play like USF after Florida State, so they can start 3-1 going into the ACC play, right? And there's some tough teams in there. They're going to have to. Wake Forest looks good. NC State's probably going to be good. And every now Syracuse could come out and look like they did, right? Scott Schaefer's out there throwing back shoulder throws, looking like he was
NFL man now, huh?
Hey, but I think I wouldn't touch this game because who knows what Jordan Travis is going to look like, right? I mean, he's out there throwing dimes over the middle against LSU, DBU, shredding them, right? And that dude,
that's not DBU,
prolific passer. And Louisville's having problems stopping the run. They've had problems stopping running quarterbacks, right? So if they just let Jordan run, if the pass ain't there, it's going to be a problem. So Jordan suck.
Right. You brought a point about you guys is recruiting, and it's something that Louisville hasn't done and is not accustomed to. What is your take on the recruiting class and the change from last year to this year within the recruiting class?
So they all came from App State, So when Satterfield was hired, I said, hey, what's the difference between recruiting G5 or whatever they are, Sunbelt, and recruiting here in the ACC? And he, Scott's a country boy. He said, well, recruiting's recruiting. No, it's not.
Not at all.
They learned the hard way, as most of they were flipping receivers from Toledo who ended up transferring out because they weren't good enough to play in Power 5 level. So what they did was they went out and they found Steve Clarkson, who's Pierce Clarkson's dad, out there in California, Adidas school, right? So Steve runs this big quarterback camp out there, and it brings in all kinds of pros. They come out there. It's like the Catalina wine mixer from Step Brothers, but for football.
Nice.
So he's got connections with all these high schools, with all the trainers, with everybody out, the mentors, handlers, whatever you want to call them. He knows the networks of people to talk to, so that you can get the kind of kids you need to get the way that the way that Nick Saban used to do it, the way that Jimbo used to do it at Florida State, right? And so that's what changed. They finally said, all right, we're going to start talking to the adults that we're
paying people.
And then NIL comes through, right? And so they got a bunch of people that are throwing money at the kids now because it's legal. So, and paying people, right? Remember, people got in trouble with all that stuff with Rick Pitino, with the stripper and hooker scandal, right? And then they were paying the kid that was staying up in the Goat House. I forget his name. I don't follow college basketball like that. But his name evades me. But they were thinking the NCAA was going to come down and hammer them. So compliance was real strict. So Louisville couldn't really do anything. But now it's like, the handcuffs are off, so they're doing whatever they got to do. I mean, they got the Ruben Owens kid, who's like the number one running back. You know what I'm saying?
No, they ain't fucking off though, there, man. Y'all bad.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of people who had to educate me. It's a lot of money within the Louisville area. A lot of money within the Louisville area.
We had to kick a kid off a visit, man. He was he came on our visit, man. He was recruiting for Louisville when he came there. Hey, you got to go, dog.
Who you talking about?
It was an offensive lineman. We were in with him, and I cannot remember.
And Sanker.
Yeah. We like, you got to slide, bro.
Top 100 linemen. They weren't getting dudes like that.
Could you imagine being in Miami telling people they need to come to Kentucky?
Yeah. Like, hey, what you doing?
Law school, man. I was at Louisville because I didn't get into University of Miami. It came down to Temple or Louisville. But if Miami would have said, we changed your mind, I'd have dropped everything, dropped my bourbon and went right down to Miami, man.
Hey, it's different, right?
Right.
Dave, you real quick, you grew up a Louisville fan and whatnot?
No, actually, I was a Florida State fan. I've been a Florida State fan since Casey Weldon.
Okay, talk that shit, Dave. Go back.
But once I started doing this stuff, I stopped being a fan. Because it's annoying. And then you start to know the coaches. You start to know how the sausage is made. It's like, man, whatever, man. Just cover the spread.
All right, Dave. What do you feel like has to go right for Louisville to win this game?
What'd you say?
What do you feel like? What things do you feel like will have to happen? It will have to happen for Louisville to win the game.
Louisville doesn't have any turnovers this year. Like, they haven't created any, so they're gonna have to get some turnovers. They're gonna have to run the ball. Their whole offense is predicated on the run. So if they can't run the ball, because they have to do a lot of stuff off the play action to get people downfield, especially now, right? When they had Tutu Atwell, safety make a wrong step, Tutu's gone, right?
He's gone, right.
And they had Jay Hawk from Cocoa Beach, right? Jay Hawk was fast as hell. Jay Hawk was a 4.3 guy playing running back, right? So he finds a crease, he's out, right? They don't have that home run stuff right now, so they're gonna have to break off chunk plays in the running game to get the defense up so they can put things over the top. That's what they want. They don't really have. I mean, Malik ain't a dude that's gonna drop back and hit accurate throws on 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 for conversions, right? They gotta stay on schedule and then they gotta hit the chunk plays and open up stuff downfield. I mean, their tight end is 6'2", Marshawn Ford. It's like he's not gonna be winning any jump balls in the red zone. I guess D. Wiggins would be a red zone threat. Hudson's decent, but Malik ain't no red zone dude, as we saw in the Syracuse game.
All right, last thing, Dave. Couple more things. I'm going to get your score prediction in a second. What does FSU have to do in order to win the game? What do you feel like things have to go right for FSU for them to win the game?
Not turn the ball over. If they don't turn the ball over, they're straight, right? Because they got 3 running backs that can get it done, although they did not get it done against LSU. What happened? With LSU, they basically sold out to stop the run. I know Trayshawn Ward got going. They sold out to stop the run, and they was like, okay.
we can just beat you with the pass, and that's when you're seeing Jordan Travis kind of put on the clinic with the passes. Granted, we had a lot of drop passes that should have been caught.
True.
But I mean, just where he was putting the ball actually over the middle, accurate throws, even taking the shot right in the mouth by Gay and dropping that dime for a
That
touchdown.
sounds crazy.
So yeah, just to that point, it's been a 180 for me looking at Trav, because at one point he wouldn't even throw over the damn middle at all. He was afraid to throw between the hashes due to not being comfortable with, not just being comfortable and being confident within himself. So he's on a 180, just seeing his maturation within the offense over the years.
I think Louisville will have to do some variation of that, though, too. They're just going to have to switch it up because they don't have the horses that LSU does up front. I mean, that's an SEC school, right? And there's only X amount of defense. You cover recruiting, there's 40 D tackles that are that size every single class. And, 40 of them are usually 38 of them are going to go to
Southern schools.
Going to SEC, and then 5 might go to the Big Ten, right? And then you're left over with what you get. Louisville's D-line is very undersized. So I don't know that they're going to be able to do that with the D-line. Plus, they run kind of like a 3-4, they run like a 4-2-5, 3-3-5 kind of deal. So they're going to have to bring pressure from like what they call it the star, or the card, which would be the star. Right. They're going to have to bring something from that way. The linebackers, stuff like that. They're going to have to bring pressure on Travis. So they're going to have to find a way to stop that run and not just let Travis sit back and pick them apart, because you see, all of a sudden he's capable of doing that right now. Also, I bet on LSU too. So I'm like, okay, now Jordan Travis is freaking Tom Brady now, right?
Right.
That's how they feel, bro. That's how they feel.
Contain the verse kid, and they gotta be able to just not kill themselves, because I don't know what Louisville can do offensively really that well right now. They've got 3 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. Malik doesn't have no passing touchdowns. They have no passing touchdowns. So they got to stop the run and make Malik win with his arm. That's what the defense got to do. And the offense, don't turn the ball over and find a way to be multiple.
All right, Dave, give me a score prediction.
Oh man, I'm gonna say 27-24 Florida State.
You brought a Florida State right from Louisville on you. Only CJ would do that.
Louisville. Here's the problem with Louisville, right? They're coming off a Friday night game, and they had to travel to Syracuse. Then they travel to Syracuse, play on a Saturday, right? Then they go down, play a Friday night game in Orlando, and now they're back up here on a Friday night playing Florida State, who ain't had a bye last week. So I think Florida State's going to be well rested, and I think Louisville is going to, they're going to be tired.
Yeah. Florida State got to play Friday again this year. They stealing the shine from high school kids, man. Florida State, Florida, man. Real rap, man.
Shit,
that's what they like to do.
All right, Dave. Let the people know where they can find you at. You got something else to it?
No, we good.
No, I say, Dave, let the people know where they can find you at.
Oh, I'm what is my Twitter name? I changed it so damn much.
You want to run, baby?
I want to tell everybody, classic old head shit. When you don't know your Twitter name,
I'm at Lackford ESQ Esquire. Also, if you're in Kentucky and you get charged with a crime or you get in a car accident, LackfordLaw.com or
better call Saul, man.
582-2020, 502-582-2020. The law offices of David Lackford.
I like it.
Sir, appreciate
I
you.
definitely
man.
want
It's
this
been
guy
a pleasure.
defending me in court. I feel like I'm getting off, bro.
Yes, sir.
Pause.
That sounds wow.
All right, Dave. Appreciate you coming on, man.
It's been a pleasure. Take it easy.
Take care.
My guy.
What y'all got for the score, man?
Yeah,
man.
I like that dude.
I got 27-13 FSU, man. Like you said, they got 3 offensive touchdowns.
That's crazy.
Don't really have an identity just yet. I feel like our defense is going to be by far the best defense.
I feel like I should have did more research. I'm just hating on y'all my score, so.
I feel like we should be able to do our thing against them. So yeah, give me 27-13 FSU.
Let's see. What did I put in the group chat? I think I did have y'all winning, right? No hate.
Yeah, you got it 24-20.
24-20. Yeah, okay. I'm comfortable with that. I can see Florida State putting up a few more points, but I don't know. I think Louisville will be oddly competitive in this game. I don't, like you said, they haven't really been able to produce a lot of offense. But I think for some reason they show up a little bit in this game and fight. But I still think Florida State's going to be able to, edge those guys out. That scores. I'm comfortable with that. 24-20. I like that one.
I got it 27-24, and I don't got no breakdown. Just, Malik Cunningham is going to make miracles happen with his legs and get this shit out of there. It's a 7:30 game. Louisville going to pack that bitch out. Should be loud.